So you have given one test, or you have like taken one test,
I have taken one test.
right? If you could tell me what are you expecting, like me, or what are you expecting in the class? Like, okay, primarily I want to like improve on these parameters, on these things. If you could tell me something.
Okay, so actually I'm trying to achieve at least 7 in each module.
So even your classes would go on the same order. Like I mean, more first like speaking, then it comes reading, then comes writing, and then comes listening. That's how you want me to go about it, right?
Yeah, false.
You think you are
Not
slow?
given. I'm sure it's not given.
Okay, it's false. Not given. Not. It's false. Why false? Because the right answer is there.
It's 8,777.
8777. So 8 on?
Date?
No, 8 on.
8 on listening.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
8 on
triple seven.
listening and rest 7.
Okay. I mean, who set that requirement? Is that your expectations, or that's the requirement?
Uh, the agents, they have told me like the minimum for which I can apply is CLB 6 in each module,
Hmm.
in each test.
But you were expecting like 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are saying to achieve for 8 because if I will get 8, then the process will be kind of easy.
The chances would like shoot up, right?
Yeah, the chances will shoot up.
Okay, now since you have already booked your test, what I assume, not assume, I'm certain that you know a fair deal about IELTS, that how it works, what are the test patterns and all. So are you aware
Yes,
of these things?
yes, I'm aware of these things.
Now, comparing all the four skills, could you tell me what skills do you find to be a little challenging for yourself?
Okay, so out of the four, I find speaking a bit difficult.
I see. So speaking and then followed
Uh,
by.
for that, reading, and after that, writing, then listening.
Okay, so listening you find the easiest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many practice sets have you already tried?
For listening, I have already tried 8 sets, and for reading, 3, and for writing, I'm still trying to figure out how to write. But yes, I have given one test, and for speaking, I am just trying it on my own.
So you have given one test, or you have like taken one test?
I have taken one test.
Right. We don't give the test. I mean, teachers or board, schools, university, they give the test. We as candidates take the test. So in it sounds a little like not absurd, I would say, off the wall, or a little weird, like if we translate that into Hindi, that because again, it's other way around. Okay, so fine. Let's do it. So now, see, you have hardly 2 weeks handy, right? Hardly 2 weeks, not like
Yeah,
yeah.
hardly 2 weeks.
Right? So, if you could tell me what are you expecting, like me, or what are you expecting in the class? Like, okay, primarily I want to like improve on these parameters, on these things. If you could tell me something.
Okay, so actually, I'm trying to achieve at least 7 in each module,
Hmm.
and I want some guidance, tips, and tricks. Like in reading, I want to know how to do true, false, not given
Hmm.
type of questions, and in writing, I want to know how to start a letter. I know how to, I know the basics, but I don't know exactly what to write. And in essay writing, I also don't know like how to cover the topics. And listening, I will do it, but still, yes, in listening, the one in which the diagram is there, the directions one, that is a bit challenging for me. I find it a bit difficult.
Okay.
And yeah,
So, like, you want like assistance in almost, not almost, in all the like modules
yeah,
or skills
in
of the
all the
course.
modules.
But like again, if you as you rank, that is like speaking is the on the number one that you want. Like, so you'd be practicing, or you'd be like working the most on speaking, followed by you said reading, right? Then
Yes.
comes like writing, and then comes listening. That's how you ordered it.
Yeah.
Okay. So even your classes would go on the same order. Like I mean, more first like speaking, then it comes reading, then comes writing, and then comes listening. That's how you want me to go about it, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Ha. So okay. Yet I would like to just like pinch one point in here, or like I would like to strike this one thing about reading that you mentioned. Though, right, first, as you mentioned, we'll go for speaking things right now. We'll see
Okay.
how that works. But even before we go there, let me do this. Okay, that's already on, so yeah, I can do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna say something, though I'm going to speak it up, but it is like, it's for reading thing that I want you to understand or comprehend to the point. So you know who invented telephone? Graham Bell, right?
Yeah.
So Graham Bell, was born to Mr. like ABC and Mrs. CDE,
Okay.
and he was very intelligent, and he was an extraordinary student since the very early age. Now the question is, Graham Bell's father was a farmer. Graham Bell's father was a farmer. Now, tell me this statement is true, false, or not given.
Not given.
Right. Uh, but now, if I say, okay, Graham Bell was born to Mr. XYZ, and he was an extraordinary student, and he always followed the footstep of his dad, who happened to be an like electrical engineer. Now, the statement is that Graham Bell's father was, working with like electricity board in like New Delhi. True, false, not given.
I still find it not given.
That is still not given, right? So that's the line between not given and false. Because mostly when it comes to true, false, not given, the most, well, I would say, the first thing that people get perplexed or confused at is like whether it's not given or false. When it's like false means what? You know the right answer. The right answer is mentioned on the
Yeah.
passage or comprehension. That's why you call it it's a false. But when there is neither right nor wrong, I mean correct, incorrect, that you cannot segregate. That's not mentioned, so it's not given. Another thing, how it goes is like this is the easiest part though that I told you. But again, people or cannot people candidates at times struggle at this as well. At times, not like very often. Sometimes they do. Now let me play the other thing here for the reading segment itself. That is, okay. So he was very intelligent, and he thought that he was extraordinary person. But his teachers never like okay. He thought that he was extraordinary person, which was not the which was far from the reality. Now the statement is he was not extraordinary. Is that true, false, not given?
False.
Okay. Now the statement is he was exceptional.
S- False.
Why? I mean, how?
Uh, because the main line. Okay. The main line was he was not extraordinary.
He was extraordinary. He thought
Okay.
he
Yeah.
was quite extraordinary, which was far from reality.
Okay. And what's the question now?
He was exceptional.
He was exceptional. I think it's false.
You think you are
Not
sure?
given. I'm sure it's not given.
Okay, it's false. Not given, not, it's false. Why false? Because the right answer is there. The statement is he was exceptional. And what was that line that we are referring to? He thought he was extraordinary, which was far from reality. That means it was not true. He was not extraordinary. Now, in the question, instead of extraordinary, I have used the word exceptional. That's one of the same thing. And this, in fact, is the most pivotal or most crucial thing about IELTS exam, be it reading, listening, or like writing or speaking. This is called paraphrasing. The same thing is
Yeah,
given mentioned in another way, or like another, that either the words, words or a word or maybe a couple of words would be paraphrased, or the entire sentence would be structured in a different way. So let's say the, like in the passage it's like, okay, it is defined as so and so, but in the question, like, it is called, instead of defined as, it's being used called, right? So paraphrasing plays the most pivotal role, or like most significant role in IELTS exam, not only for reading. Of course, for reading and listening, it plays equally important role, and that is the most significant. But even in speaking and writing, they do play a role. Because in writing, what happens? You are given a statement, especially writing essay. So that could be opinionated or like a debatable, which we call controversial, or could be pros and cons. Could be like, so like you need to paraphrase that statement or those statements. You cannot write as it is. And another like way of
yeah,
paraphrasing,
got it.
you show as the tone of your writing. That how have you set the tone? Is it casual? Is it semi-formal, or it's completely formal? So these things are going to be discussed later, by the way. Right now, we'll get back to the speaking thing.